What's up, everybody? It's your boy Royster here, and he is on the course again. And guess what? I'm not at West Jefferson Disc Golf Course. I'm actually at the Grove City Community Disc Golf Course this time. That's just right off Hoover Road, and obviously Grove City, which is right behind the Nazarene Church, I believe, which is also a Christian school as well, or doubles as a Christian school. But it's fairly nice, I guess. 40 degrees, and at this time of year is not too bad. But wanted to get out, throw some disc around before what gains I did gain went away. But this video is not really going to be a sort of a walkthrough or playthrough video where I kind of show my game as I go along. I'm probably just going to highlight the course so those who are in the area who've not been here can, and they stumble upon this channel, can kind of know what to expect. I like it. It's sort of my second course as far as when I like to just play by myself in the area next to the West Jefferson one. This one doesn't have as many obstacles, so to speak, so it makes a good course for someone like me who's still a beginner and learner, trying to learn how to play. So anyways, with that said, follow along, see how the course lays out, and if it might be a place that you would want to come and play if you are a disc golf player. Alright guys, let's hit that course. So now if you do come and play here, you do have a little bit of you have a practice basket that you can practice your putts on, and that's kind of gives you a sense of the type of disc catchers that you're going to be dealing with. And this is not too far from hole 1 over here. So one thing about this course that's kind of a letdown is that is usually the equivalent of your tee pad is just a dirt surface with maybe a wood block or something indicating the end of your tee surface, your tee pad. Most of your markers are on wood sticks like that, as you see before you, with little placards telling you the hole number, the par, the distance. I imagine that digital code or whatnot does something, but so yeah, so that's hole 1. And while we're here, basically hole 1, and I'm just standing right in front of, is just basically a straightforward shot out that way. Okay, it looks like something unfavorably happened to the hole 2 stake and sign, but there's the stats for you, and I'll just bring this about again. It's muddy or ground surface, but it's basically a straight shot. Well, not completely straight shot, but if you come out and it's just along the line there. Alright, just following the second basket, hole 2 basket anyways. Just have a little bit of a walk up to the next tee pad. And here is hole 3's tee pad with the info. Par 3, 215 feet. Again, now this has actually got some roots still in it. And then it's just straight out there. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you a sense. That's the hole 3 tee pad area. Just wanted to kind of give you a sense of sort of the rough that you have, or the wooded area to the left of you that you would have to contend with. Alright, that's the basket for hole 3. Just going to spin around and show you 4. There's your information there. Par 3, 220 feet. Kind of back up again. That's your tee pad. and it's just right up there. All right, and from the disc catcher on hole 4, you'll find your next spot right up there. All right, here we are, hole 5, par 4, 286, and there's the disc catcher. So this one always is interesting for its being a par 4, but I'll take it. And then there's your tee pad. All right, there's hole 5 disc catcher. Now, slight journey to get to the next tee pad. So you just work your way up through there. Work your way along the tree line. But just keep going straight. And you will find hole 6 tee pad. As I said, they're all in the ground. And then here, another par 4, 285 feet. And you can see, you kind of have this tree line, or bush line really. And then if you were to walk this, you can see that this disc catcher is right around to the left. Alright, here is disc catcher on hole 6, and if you was to proceed to find the start of the 7th hole, you have to cross this road. Now this is one thing I have out with this course, as far as this was not easy for me to find or figure out. And you just walk up, and if you can kind of see, I'll zoom in from where I'm at. There's the pole right there. Alright, there are what is supposed to be your tee pad area. And here is the stats for this hole. Par 3, 273. Now this one, I have aught with this hole compared to how the other holes are designed. I feel like if any hole was going to be a par 4, it would be this one, and maybe one or both of the holes previous would be par 3s. But as you can see, you have to get your disc all the way. I'm just going to zoom in. So I've kind of walked around. Had to throw it, get it across the road, and it's just chilling out there. From hole 7, you're just going to turn, and where you see the baseball field, walk straight, and that's where you'll find the beginning of hole 8. Alright, here's the stats for hole 8. It's par 3, 279 feet. I will not be showing you any more of the tee pads because they're basically all the same. Some better than others, and obviously if you just go straight out, the disc catcher is kind of in the middle of the field. Alright, here's the disc catcher on hole 8, and if you just walk straight from there, you will find the tee pad and marker for hole 9. Alright, here is hole 9. It's par 3, 223 feet. And if you it's just right straight over that fence line, you will see the disc catcher. Alright guys, so after you hit your disc into hole 9, you'll have to swing over, and you'll have a bit of a jaunt or a walk over to the back half of the course. So I'll meet you there. Alright, Hole 10 is a par 3, 185 footer. And I'm just going to walk away from the tee pad. And it's kind of nestled right there along the tree line. Alright, from the disc catcher on hole 10, you just have to go up just a little to your left and you will find the beginning of hole 11. Well, let's go ahead and just get all the way up there. Alright guys, that was kind of easy. Hole 11 has a par 3, 262 footer. Just going to step to my left and I'm in front of the tee. And it's nestled inside the wooded area there. Alright guys, here's the disc catcher on hole 11. And if you just come through around here, you will see the beginning of hole 12. Hole 12 is a par 3, 237 feet. And I'm right in front of the end of the tee pad area, and that's where you will be going for. Kind of want to just take a stop, show you kind of, again, you're just kind of working along the edge of the woods, just in reverse order this time, with them being on your right side as opposed to the left. And this is kind of finishing up at hole 12. And as you complete hole 12, you just have to look up, and there you go. Beginning of hole 13. And here's hole 13, par 3, 220 feet. Now you start to move away from that tree line and into open field areas. And there's the disc catcher for 13. You don't have to look far from the disc catcher on 13 to get to hole 14's. Hole 14 is a par 3, 194 feet, and you have to shoot over that person's driveway to get to the disc catcher. Hole 14, and then the beginning of hole 15 right there. Hole 15 is a par 3, 157 foot. You just kind of come around here, and there it is. Just after you get your disc into the disc catcher on hole 15, just look over to your right and you'll find the beginning of hole 16. Hole 16 is a par 3, 183 footer that just goes straight out that way. After you hit them chains on hole 16, you just have to go up, and there you will find the next hole, or the beginning of the next hole. Hole 17 is a par 3, 128 footer that stays within the field with the driveway alongside the right side of it. After you manage to get that disc into the disc catcher on hole 17, you'll just have to cross the street, and then you will find the beginning of hole 18. Hole 18 is a par 3, 216 foot shot, and it's just straight out there in front of that tree. Here is the disc catcher, hole 18. Hopefully, by the time you get that last disc in, you are happy with the score. Okay guys, well, that wraps up my highlighting and showcasing of the course here at the Grove City Community Disc Golf Course. Unfortunately, after you finish, you have quite a little bit of a walk to get back to where you started, as the course does not finish out near the beginning like a lot of courses typically do or are designed to do. But you know, you're just pretty much walking through an open field. Now, when I came out and shot this today and played, it was a bit muddy, as you might have saw, so that makes is not ideal then with not having concrete or matted tee pads, so that might be something you want to be mindful of. The field at large can get muddy, and there was puddles, and it was soggy and swampy in areas. So again, if you think about heading out here, that's something to keep in mind depending on the weather. And also to be mindful of is a lot of recreational activities happen around here with a lot of different sports and things like that. So sometimes you might not be able to have the course to yourself, or it might be filled with people. So again, that's something that could be problematic and something to be mindful of when coming out to play. I've encountered that. So sometimes you might just be able to play the front 9 or the back 9, or you have to reverse them. So anyway, it's something to be mindful of, but it's a fun course. It's something I like to do for someone at my skill level. I can come out, play, by myself. Hunting for disc isn't too problematic, but it can be, especially depending on what season you're in. But still, it's a good one to practice on. And so I'm sure people from all skill levels could come out, have fun, appreciate it, just depending on their mood is, or if they want something casual. It's probably not something that you're going to want to challenge yourself on if you're of a higher skill level. But yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. And so yeah, so that's going to wrap up this video. And so until the next time, I will see you on the course. Peace.